Happy Tuesday afternoon. It's laundry day. That's what we call it in the NFL. That means that we get to do our laundry, catch up after the busy week, after the 49ers lost to the Packers, and then move on to the next one. So, the big question right now is why did the 49ers not use Trey Lance as much as people were expecting them to? I was expecting the 49ers to use Trey Lance more against the Packers. I wasn't surprised that they didn't use him against the Eagles, given the way that the game flow progressed. But I'll tell you what, at some point here, Kyle Shanahan is going to have to find a way to get Trey Lance more involved because that was the plan all along. The plan all along was to utilize Trey Lance to increase the leverage and the success and the efficiency of the 49ers run game, first and foremost. Because Trey Lance is a threat that could stretch the field with both his legs and his arm and with a sense of unpredictability. The problem is that it's a catch 22. Trey Lance can increase the leverage of the 49ers run game and the offensive explosiveness in general. But the 49ers simultaneously want some leverage present before putting Trey Lance into the game. What does that mean? The 49ers don't want to put Trey Lance into bad situations, especially this early in his career. So the issue over weeks 2 and 3, especially early in games, is that the 49ers have not attained high leverage spots because they've screwed stuff up offensively. And that's why I'm sharing my latest article on The Athletic right here to the side. If you want to take a look at it, the headline is An Easy Miss, a Regretted Punt, and a Blown Block, examining the errors that the 49ers must fix. The easy miss is on Jimmy Garoppolo. That was early on a 3rd and 1. The regretted punt is on Kyle Shanahan for punting on a 4th and 1. And a blown block, that was on Trent Williams in the third quarter for derailing, and that ended up derailing a 3rd and short for the 49ers. All these situations have something in common. They are blown drive extended opportunities. With every blown drive extended opportunity, the 49ers fail to progress further into their game plan. And the game plan is an intricate thing. Kyle Shanahan is setting up plays. He's trying to create rushing success so he can therefore create play action success on top of that. He's essentially playing chess against an opposing defensive coordinator. When Jimmy Garoppolo misses an easy crosser to George Kittle on 3rd and 1 to kill a drive, when Trent Williams misses a block against Preston Smith to kill a drive, when Kyle Shanahan fails to accurately assess a punting situation and kicks the ball away in an opponent's plus territory, each of these times the 49ers are killing a drive and killing an opportunity at adding more plays and gaining additional leverage against an offense. And guess what else they're killing by failing in these third down situations? They're killing a chance at establishing leverage to be able and to be comfortable to use Trey Lance on the football field. And then it snowballs into something like the situation at Philadelphia. 3 straight 3-and-outs to open the game, ferocious pass rush on the road. Of course you don't want to use Trey Lance in that game, early on especially. But then you get behind, and then you're fighting for your life. So then you want the veteran quarterback in so that you can successfully fight for your life like they did against Philadelphia. Against Green Bay, 49ers down 17-0 because they can't convert these third downs. And they only are able to use Trey Lance in a desperation situation, essentially, at the end of the half at the goal line. Trey is still developing as a pocket passer. That much is obvious. He only had something like 318 total plays at North Dakota State. I mean, it was a very small amount at the FCS level, so it makes sense that he's still raw in that regard. But he's such a good athlete, and he has such potential to expand the repertoire of this 49ers offense that they have to find a way to get him on the field. You saw that on the touchdown. You might have seen that later in another red zone situation that didn't quite work out. Garoppolo came back in the game and the 49ers scored there. But you see the potential benefit of Trey Lance. The catch-22 is the 49ers have to earn that benefit. He's a leverage increaser. I mean, you get into a good situation on the goal line, 3rd and 1. By the way, I was shocked that where I was really surprised that Shanahan didn't use Trey Lance earlier in that goal line sequence at the end of the first half. But he ultimately used him. He ultimately got it right, and he scored the touchdown. But when you use Trey Lance and you use him on a 3rd and 1, a 3rd and 2, a 2nd and 2, basically high leverage situations that the offense has earned, that is when his confidence can grow, and that is when your leverage as an offense increases, because Trey Lance comes in a lower lose situation with a much higher upside. So the reason he hasn't played as much yet, ironically, is because Jimmy Garoppolo has been messing up at the start of these games. That's what I wrote about in the article that you see up there, and I'm going to pin to the comments section. The 49ers pass offense, let's not get it twisted. In general, they've been efficient. Number 10 DVOA, I don't know what the EPA per play is, but it's been a generally efficient pass game over the course of an entire game. I mean, they got the job done against Green Bay to set up the lead and give their defense a chance to close it out, and they didn't do that. 49ers led that game 28-27. Now, was it a perfect performance in the offense from Garoppolo? Hell no, it wasn't perfect. In fact, all of their points came in the final 31 minutes of the game. What were they doing in the first 29 minutes? Well, they're going 3 and out. Garoppolo was missing easy throws. Alex Mack was getting blown up at the line of scrimmage. The run game wasn't there. Wasn't even there in the second half, really. And basically, it wasn't a good complementary football performance. So the key to seeing more Trey Lance is for the 49ers to start quicker in these games. And to start quicker in these games, Garoppolo has to make the easy throws. By easy throws, I mean in Philadelphia, he needed to hit Juszczyk on that screen. It was a bad pass to Juszczyk. Against Green Bay, he needed to hit George Kittle coming across the middle, move the chains, build the play repertoire, get the defense on its heels, and then you have that leverage. Trey Lance comes in and he blows the top off the leverage. That's how the 49ers are able to see the best of both worlds in this situation. They get Garoppolo to do what he's supposed to, and that's early game efficiency, and they get Trey Lance to blow it open. And if Trey Lance blows it open, he's learning on the job. He's more ready to be the 49ers quarterback of the future. It's all connected. Complementary football. That's what the 49ers have to do. Now, it's complicated by the fact that they can't run the ball as well without running backs. I mean, Kyle Juszczyk was playing tailback. Kyle Shanahan was going up in the attic and dusting off stuff that I don't think he ever thought he would have to use against the Green Bay Packers. Juszczyk tailback, Brandon Ayuk running reverses, Deebo Samuel running orbit motion, handoffs to George Kittle. So Shanahan right now, especially without Elijah Mitchell, with Trey Sermon not really looking like, especially if Alex Mack is getting blasted by Kenny Clark 5 yards into the backfield. Trey Sermon's not Raheem Mostert, but Raheem Mostert won't be walking through that door. So you need some speed to beat the bad interior offensive line. If you're the 49ers, you hope that interior offensive line improves, obviously. But until you get Elijah Mitchell back, if that's not this week, you're going to have to find more creative ways to establish that run game. And maybe, just maybe, Trey Lance is part of that effort. Shanahan only used him to establish a run game, or until it was really desperation time at the end of the first half on that final play. But maybe he has to use him a little bit earlier, in at least a run decoy role to do that. But in general, the blueprint is this. It's move the chains early with Garoppolo, set up leverage situations with Lance, and then let Lance into games to expand that leverage, to expand the 49ers upper hand and let them develop. That's how the 2-quarterback system was supposed to work, but the 49ers early game offensive inefficiency has made it not work the way that it was supposed to so far. So, hey, it's a long season, 17 games, 14 to go. We'll see if the 49ers do a better job of it. And, perhaps ironically, a lot of Trey Lance's play time depends on Jimmy Garoppolo playing well. You thought it'd be the other way around. Jimmy Garoppolo not playing well, Trey Lance playing more. I mean, no, that's the casual way of looking at it. The advanced way of looking at this, what's actually happening is Jimmy Garoppolo playing well unlocks the 49ers offense because he's not missing those chain movers to George Kittle early on. All right, guys, it's time for lunch, and I'm going on KMBR right now. So why doesn't everybody tune into KMBR? And I'll be talking some 49ers in just a couple minutes. Everybody take care.